Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my previous session, I've shown you how to create mount point using Spark, right? Sorry, Scala. So in my today's session, I'll be showing you how to create a mount point using Python language, okay? All right, so this is my workspace. So you'll have to click on this is the workspace which we have created in the earlier sessions, right? So this is my workspace, Databricks workspace. Just click on this launch workspace. When you click here, this page will open. Okay, in this page, let me click on workspace. Inside workspace, under shared, in the previous session we have seen how to mount using Scala. In today's session, I'll show you how to create using Python. Okay, so let's just create a sample notebook. Notebook name is mounting using Python. All right. Select the language, Python, demo cluster. All right. Let me just create it. Okay. So this demo cluster is running. Now let me show you what is the syntax for this Python language. So in the previous session, we have seen Scala code, right? So in today's session, we'll just copy paste this particular code. Just click on copy and then paste it here. Okay, so this is the code which is present in my Python language. Okay, so this is the code which is present in my Python language. All right, so here we'll have to replace this particular syntax like storage account name, container name with our respective blob storages. Okay, so let me show you where we find this particular container name and storage account name. Let me go back to my container. This is my storage account name. Okay, so let me just paste it here. Storage account name. Container name. What is my container name? Container name will be present inside my blob. Okay, so this is my container name. Let me just copy paste this. All right, so one part is done now. So the other thing which we are supposed to do is we'll have to give a mount name. Okay, so let me give some mount name, sample mount using Python. Okay, you can just give any name. I'm giving this name. Okay. So here we have something else called as extra configs, right? Inside this extra configs, we have config underscore key. Okay. So let me go back to my particular this thing and I'll show you what this config key is. Here config key is there, right? This config key can either be this one or else it can also be this one. Okay. We can copy paste anything here, any of these from these two. Okay, from the first and second key, right? These two particular keys are there, right? We can copy paste anything. All right, so now let me just copy paste the first one. Okay, so where are we supposed to give that? We are supposed to give that at this particular place. Okay, config hyphen key. Let me just delete it and paste it. Okay, so here we have something called a storage account name. So what was the storage account name which we have taken previously? This is my storage account name, right? Blob NSR Azure Cloud. Let me just copy that again and replace it with here. Okay, so here what have I done? I have just copy pasted the particular config key here. Okay, only that I have done. So the secrets, we are not having any, Azure, that particular Azure key vault. That is not, I'm not using that. So let me just delete this one. And only the thing which we are doing is this key thing, key and key name. Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you where we'll get this key name. Okay, access key. This key is nothing but it's my access key. Where do we get that? For that, we'll have to go to our resource group. Okay, so under this resource group container, we have something called as access keys, right? Under security and networking, we have something called as access keys. All right, let's just click on this access keys. So here you'll have to, since these are, password protected, right? You'll not be able to copy this thing. So what are you supposed to do? You'll just have to click on show keys. Okay, so once you showcase, these are the 4 different keys which are generated. So you can use any of these. So there are 4, right? You can just copy one out of these 4 and then use one. So let's just paste it here. All right, so the pasting part is done. Let me just run it. We can even run from here, run the cell, or else click on shift enter. That will also do the same thing. Okay, so it will take a little time. Let it run. So now what am I doing? I'm trying to fetch the data which is present inside my blob storage using Python code. Okay, so that is what I'm doing here. After this, I'll tell you how to read the data. Okay, now we are creating a mount point, right? So you can see here it is true. So that means I'm successfully able to create a mount point under this direct like this. Okay, and this is my mount point. Okay, so now let me click on another new cell, plus symbol here, and let me show you how to create a how to read a particular file. Okay, you can just give some name. I'm just giving source underscore df and spark dot read dot format. The file is CSV file, right? So dot the CSV dot. I'll just try to load it. Okay, so what is my mount point? This is my mount point. So let me just quickly copy paste this one. Paste it here and just specify the file name. What is my file name? Let me go to my blob storage. Inside my blob storage, blob service. Inside my blob service raw container, and inside that I have sample CSV, sample sales.csv. Let me just paste that here. Alright, so let me just try to execute it once. Okay, so I'm able to read that particular file. So you're not able to see the data here, right? Let me just display it for you. Okay, display of data frame. What is my data frame? My data frame is source underscore df. Let us just run it. Okay, so you're able to read the data, right? We have different, we have different columns. How many columns we have? We have 20 columns almost. Okay, we are having so much data in here. So if you see here underscore C0, C1, C2, this has been displayed, right? So in order for us to understand like what is the specific column name, what are you supposed to do? You'll have to give the option as option header. You'll have to give. Okay, header should be true. Header true. Okay, and after this dot. If you just do this, what happens? This C0 will be replaced with that particular specified column name for this particular row ID. What is the column? This is the column, right? Row ID, order date. So these things only will be displayed, and this C0, C1 will be removed from here. Okay, let me just execute that. Okay, so this is what we are trying to achieve here. All right, so after this what do? I'll just try to write this same file into some other location. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. Spark dot, let me just use this thing here, my data frame. This is my data frame dot. In order to write, what is the syntax? Write dot option header, and after this format, and here we'll have to follow the syntax, something called as data bricks dot spark dot csv, and then wait, spark dot save. Where do I want to save? I want to save it inside this mount point. Okay, let me just copy that mount point. This is my mount point, right, which I've created here. So we'll have to copy that and paste it here. And after this, just give some file path or folder, output folder, something. Okay. All right. Now let me just quickly run it. Okay. So it is done. Now let us go to my particular blob container. Let me just refresh it and let us check if the file is been written or not. Okay, the file is written. Let me click on output folder. These are the different folders. These are the different files which are created, but the main file is under this part -0000. Okay, this is my main file. Let me just edit it. Okay, you cannot edit because it is more than 2.2 MB, so you'll not be able to view it. So what are you supposed to do? You'll just have to download it. In order to view it, you'll have to download it. Okay. So the downloading is completed. Now let me just open it. See, this is the file which was read from one location of blob, and we wrote it into the another location output folder of blob. Okay, so how did we achieve it? We have achieved this using mount point. All right, so this is how particular mounting will be done using Python language. All right, I just hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, just ping me in the comments. I'll try to answer your queries. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe.